All right, what's up, guys? Still Twins back at you, recapping the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus Pittsburgh Steelers Monday Night Football game. Steelers win 30-27. We finally got our first win. Our record right now is 1-1-1, which is bizarre because me and him would never think that we would ever see that ever.
Never.
It's rare. It's rare that you really see that.
And to exit Week 3 with the same record as the Browns is very uncomfortable, I guess. Especially
and very bizarre.
Very.
Very.
But tonight's game, Tampa Bay, it was a great game. It was honestly, in my honest opinion, it was a pretty sloppy game from the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
The first half was very great. It was a great performance. We had a great game plan, and we had a great lead going into the first half. It was 30-10.
Yeah,
and then
absolutely. The whole team just played phenomenal.
Seriously.
They look like a Super Bowl caliber freaking winning team.
Seriously, I mean, we had 3 picks in the first half, as well as a pick set, because the 3 picks came from John Bostic, himself, he had a great game. He recorded a sack and everything. But he did force an interception, which was picked off of Mike Hilton. And then Edmonds got another pick.
Terrell Edmonds with his first career interception. The same can be said with Bud Dupree, and he actually returned it for a pick 6.
Right. And that all happened in the first half, as well as the offense played tremendous. But in the second half,
it was like a completely different freaking fucking team.
Exactly. And that's the main issue with this team.
We do a lot of blown coverages. We do a lot of penalties, which we'll get into, by the way, later on in the video.
Right.
We do a lot of, bad shit that shouldn't be happening. But the main thing that we always do, and me and him are sick and fucking tired of it, is we are too damn fucking conservative.
We are.
It's ridiculous.
We always take the foot off of the pedal. Why? We had a great lead, 30-10. Honestly, and I don't want to sound biased or whatever term you want to call it, we should have blown them out. We should have. We had a great lead going into that 30-10, and we exit the game still with 30 points and allowing 17 in the second half. We played very sloppy in the second half, and we, like you said, we are just too damn fucking conservative, and we always take the foot off of the pedal.
Seriously, the way that we played in the first half, we should have played in the second half.
Yes, I don't know why we didn't. And it's a thing under Tomlin. I don't know why. We always have a great performance, and when we just get too fucking comfortable,
it's ridiculous. In the first half, that is how we play Pittsburgh Steelers football. Second half, it's just a complete freaking disgrace to what Steelers football is.
It's a disgrace to football in general.
It is.
It makes no sense. Why don't you jam the fucking foot down the player's throat, to the team's throat? I don't want to sound too negative tonight because we had got a good win.
Yeah, I'm glad we finally got a win, but
this is a major issue with this game.
How can you not be negative with how the team played in the second half? First half was tremendous. Second half is weird. It's stupid. It's bizarre.
It's so indifferent with this team. I don't understand.
It's just plain freaking sad.
I don't understand. We almost lost the game because of it.
We really did.
This is very concerning. Against going up teams like the Patriots and the Jags and the Saints and the Panthers and even the Ravens next week.
And the Falcons.
They're going to take advantage of that shit all day. We can't keep performing like this.
Seriously.
I mean, we had a great performance in the second half, but
first half,
but going into the second half, we just played down like we usually do.
And again, that's the thing with consistency. We are not consistent like that. I don't get why.
Exactly. Dude.
I do not get why.
It's a thing we have to fix, and we have to fix it immediately. And one of those things that we need to fix is the cornerback position. Scotty Sensabaugh started over Artie Burns, and he played awful tonight.
He didn't even help whatsoever. And Artie Burns even stepped in when Sensabaugh got benched after he allowed the touchdown to Chris Godwin.
Which was a complete jump ball. All he had to do was turn the fuck around and make a play on the football, but no, he just tackled him. He tackled him in midair.
Seriously, and Artie Burns came in, obviously, like I said, Sensabaugh was actually benched. And he couldn't even do anything. He was no difference. It was literally the same freaking thing. It was like that Spider-Man meme, like when they're looking at a mirror or something?
Yeah.
That's literally what the fuck Sensabaugh and Artie Burns is right now.
Pretty much. Dude, we have no solutions at corner besides Joe Hayden. And him coming back was major because he basically shut down that entire right side.
Seriously, you can tell a big difference.
Seriously, man. And and Hayden had himself a great game, by the way. But can you imagine if Hayden sat out this week and we had either Sutton or Burns opposite of Sensabaugh, or vice versa?
And to be honest, I think if that was the case, I think we would have lost.
We would have lost.
I think we got blown out, really, to be honest.
We really would have, in my honest opinion. Now, I think offense would have done great, but...
Now, Sensabaugh, I expected, because, after what A.J. Green drew him the last Monday night game we played against the Bengals.
Sensabaugh, there's a reason why he's back up.
Yeah,
tonight showed it.
Yeah, he can't cover for shit. Look, he's like Antoine Blake 2.0.
Exactly, and honestly, with the Bell rumors of
of the Steelers listening to offers for Le'Veon Bell.
Of course. We've been pitching the idea of going after inside linebacker, going after draft picks, but I think at this point we have to go after a corner with this whole Bell.
Yeah, because
trade.
secondary has been a big major issue. Because as of right now, inside linebacker really doesn't appear to be that big of an issue, especially how Bostic played today.
Yeah, dude, because Bostic had himself he had a career game, man. Seriously, he forced an interception, he recorded a sack.
Yeah, but the way
he looked very good.
Yeah, the way the secondary has played, but I mean mainly the the cornerback position, opposite side of Joe Hayden. Again, Sensible, I expected. Burns, goddamn. Artie Burns, this is his third year in the NFL. First year, yeah, it's a rookie year. It's a good, obviously, it's a year to get your feet wet in the NFL. Second year, I guess you could say it's the same thing, but you have some experience, so you got to do something. Third year is when you got to prove it. Artie Burns ain't proving shit.
Yeah, exactly.
He's doing it in training camp, but when it comes to playing on the field, he can't cover crap.
Exactly, dude, and I couldn't agree more. I couldn't have said it better myself. And, dude,
it's sad. He was a first-round pick.
Exactly, dude, we can't go all year like this. If we have solutions with Sutton, I mean we like Sutton, but he's not ready yet. He's not ready. If we have solutions like Sutton and Burns and Sensible opposite of Hayden, this is gonna be a very long year.
Like how are we supposed to win the Super Bowl? How are we supposed to be a freaking threatening defense?
Exactly.
If no one can cover.
Exactly, man. This is very worrisome. This is frightening. We have to fix the cornerback situation soon. Otherwise, this is going to be a long year for the secondary and for this defense and for this team overall.
Yeah,
we have to fix it. And I think with this Bell trade, we have to take advantage.
Yeah, but the defense, other than that, they had 3 picks, obviously. They had 3 sacks. I can't remember who all get it.
Yeah, I think it was Bud Dupree. He actually had himself a good game. Besides his first career pick and touchdown, he actually had a sack as well. So he actually had a good game.
He definitely did. And again, Bud Dupree, the thing with him is his inconsistency. Yeah. I want him to be more consistent, especially going Sunday night against the Ravens, against a weak, in my opinion, a weak offensive line of the Ravens. He's got to do something.
Now, I think Ravens' offensive line did pick up, but against Ronnie Stanley, that is going to be a challenge, but I do understand where you're coming from.
Right.
But against the Ravens, he definitely has to prove himself. So, especially coming back home in prime time, it's going to be a big game for him. And coming off a game like this, he should be feeding off of that.
Yeah,
so hopefully he does that.
But Dupree had a good game. We also got a fumble recovery, which was actually by Mike Hilton, I believe.
Yeah, Burns actually made a play and forced a fumble, and Hilton picked it up.
But that's the only thing Burns did.
Pretty much. And other than that, we still gave up a ton of big plays. A lot of blown coverage and missed many tackles.
Again, the tackling is ridiculous.
Yeah, seriously.
We got to finish fucking tackles.
And one issue with this defense, and now this entire team, is fucking penalties.
Seriously, the penalties got to fucking stop. I think this is actually the 3rd straight week that we actually had 12 penalties.
Dude, that's the most in the NFL. That is a major fucking issue.
Right now.
Penalties have killed us all year.
Right now.
Killed us tonight.
Exactly. And right now, currently, the Steelers got 36 penalties in the NFL. That leads the NFL. That is blank freaking ridiculous. They got to stop the penalties.
Most teams get that in about half a year.
Seriously. It's like, do you want to lose? Do you want to cost your team?
This is bullshit.
Do your freaking job. Just don't allow penalties.
Seriously.
It's ridiculous.
I couldn't agree more.
Even though some penalties were bullshit, and especially the roughing the passers one.
Yes, dude. These roughing the passing calls, especially with how they fucked over Clay Matthews, this is bullshit.
Like seriously,
were bullshit.
This is not only an issue for the Steelers, but for all 32 teams in general. This roughing the passer penalty is fucking bullshit.
It is.
It's ridiculous.
Rough passer penalties that were called on Clay Matthews, the ones on Ben. I'll even say the ones on Ben tonight, and the ones on fucking.
Yeah, because there was one on
Stephon Tuitt.
Stephon. Yeah, on the ones on Ben, we'll get to the Steelers one, but the ones on Stephon Tuitt, what the fuck? Good Jesus Christ!
I'm sorry, but the end of this game has been a complete.
But yeah, the ones on Ben, it was Gerald McCoy. A big guy his size. How can he stop automatically?
Yeah.
How can he stop
his speed, dude?
Exactly,
and the same over 350-pound man.
And another one was Jason Pierre-Paul. All he literally did was just tap him on the head.
That kind of hurt.
I'm sorry. But, I feel like Ben kind of over-exaggerated a little bit because I felt like it was just a little tap. It was like a pillow hitting him.
I think he was playing a little Hollywood there. I mean, I understand players do that.
But I feel like a little tap on the head, like how is that roughing the passer? It's not hurting him. They got a helmet on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We never played the game. We don't know how protective those helmets are, but still, I understand where you're coming from.
Ridiculous. And the ones the Steelers got, on Stephon Tuitt, which I thought was fucking ridiculous.
Dude, that's fucking textbook. Whoop-de-doo, he puts his fucking weight on. What the fuck's he supposed to do?
And the same thing, like I said on Gerald McCoy.
What's he supposed to do? Wrap him and just let him go?
Exactly. And the same thing I said on Gerald McCoy. A guy his size, he can't stop, right away. He's going
he's going
speed.
to the ground. How's he supposed to stop himself?
Yeah, how's he supposed to flip over?
Seriously. Like, what the fuck's he supposed to do?
And there was one on Sean Davis, too. Again, his skinny freak, I don't know why I'm touching my nose. I think it fucking itches or something. But his, he's a pretty skinny guy, but him going full speed, he's a fast guy.
He's a fast motherfucker. Yeah,
he's a fast guy. He can't stop.
Yeah.
Like, these roughing the passer penalties are bullshit. This roll's got to go, just like the helmet roll. It's got to go.
Seriously, this is pathetic. This is killing the sport.
And don't get me wrong, I get safety reasons, but it's football. Dude. It is freaking football. It's textbook football. Injuries happen. There's no preventing it.
Damn straight.
And it happens.
Every time they put on that helmet, they take that risk.
They know the risk, and they're willing to do it.
That's what they signed up for. That's what they signed up for. I'm sorry. I'm all for player safety, but this is bullshit. This is killing the sport.
It is. It's not like their heads getting hurt.
I almost turned off the fucking game watching that goddamn two-it penalty. This is bullshit.
It's not like they got hit in the helmet. Seriously. It's not like they got, with this whole CTE and the brain damage shit. They just fall on top of them.
Yeah.
They're fine. They got padding. Like, Jesus Christ.
Increase the padding or something. I don't fucking know, man. I understand the penalties, but they're killing the sport.
The rough and the passer penalties, I thought were blamed bullshit, but either way, the penalties for the Steelers have got to stop.
Yes, because this is all the holding and all the unnecessary roughness and all the pass interference, a bunch of shit. A bunch of unnecessary shit that we don't need, especially the one that Darius Hayward-Bay got on that great Jordan Berry punt that was taken back. Like, that was so unnecessary.
It was.
It almost cost us the game. Thankfully, it didn't.
Yeah, because the defense actually stepped up.
Yeah, and that's kind of like the only time that they did step up in the second half, though.
Yeah, but overall, the defense, first half phenomenal, second half was plain garbage.
Yeah, and I think that's, I don't know, man. It's just, this team is so goddamn conservative, and it needs to stop. Offensively and defensively, especially defensively.
It's something that we have to work on.
Yeah.
Because it's ridiculous. But the defense... they did okay. They did okay.
I think they did good. They just need to stop being conservative as well as the entire team. And they got to stop, or they got to limit the big plays, the blown coverages, and have to finish tackles.
Seriously.
Because we talked about those rat guards in that preview, and that almost affected us in the game. It really did, honestly.
Yeah, really.
So,
but now on to the offense. They had a tremendous game right here.
Yeah, the offense had a great game. Now, they were conservative themselves in the second half, but they were still pretty good.
They were.
I wish they would have kept the foot on the pedal and jammed the motherfucker down their throat, but... I don't know.
Exactly.
But they still had a great game, man. I honestly still feel like that we still got to establish a rushing game.
Especially. And exactly.
And we have to do it early, and we have to come out firing immediately because we've had 4 straight games where we went 3 and out in the first drive. We can't do that.
Yeah, we can't. We got to strike early.
With the offense we have, with the weapons we have, there's no way we should be doing that. It's inexcusable.
It is. It really is. But yeah, the running game, I agree with you. We got to establish a running game quick, especially since, we took Le'Veon Bell off the official depth chart.
Yeah, exactly.
And like I said, you don't always have to give the whole workload to Connor. You got guys like Ridley and Samuels and Nix and Switzer.
Because when Ridley came in, he actually was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So, now the rushing game overall did, come alive pretty late, which is good because that's when it needed to come alive. But still, I want us to establish the rushing game early and keep it pretty balanced.
And I'm hoping that's what they do this upcoming Sunday night against the Ravens.
It's not going to be easy, though. But at the same time, against the Bucs, we did have DeCastro and Gilbert out, and we were facing a very fierce and probably one of the most underrated and best defensive, or not only defensive lines, but front sevens in the league. So I can understand why our rushing game wasn't so effective, but I think that we definitely got to establish it early, though. We got to change it up a little bit.
We got to do something with the rushing game.
Right, so.
We got to make a statement.
But other than that, offense is pretty good. We just got to come out firing, and we have to take advantage of turnovers a little more.
Yeah.
In my opinion, so. But Ben, he had himself a great game. He was 30 for 38 for, I believe it was 350 yards and 3 touchdowns as well as a pick. But he still had a great game. Road Ben did not look like Road Ben so much. He did a little bit early on, but he did look very good.
Yeah, he did.
So, Road Ben was not really Road Ben today, so that was good to see.
Very good. Besides the pick, but other than that, he had a tremendous performance.
And going back home next week against the Ravens in primetime, hopefully he continues and just builds off this momentum, man.
Absolutely.
And Connor, I think he had a good, in my opinion, he had a good game. He had 61 rushing yards and 34 receiving yards. So
you total that, if you're good at math, that's 95 total yards of offense. That's pretty good for James Conner.
Honestly, in my honest opinion, it really was.
95 total yards. That's good. He's effective in the run game as if it wasn't already shown, and he's effective in the receiving game. He can literally be just as effective as Le'Veon Bell is. in my opinion. Probably not as much, but he's effective, and it's showing.
And I love how we're experimenting him in the receiving game because that's one thing that's really coming more alive with the run backs nowadays is their versatility and their effectiveness in the passing game.
Exactly.
So I like how we're experimenting that. And
I think that's what we're trying to do with Connor. We're trying to experiment, see if he can hold his own with this.
Definitely.
That's what I like.
Definitely. And I hope we involve him a little bit more in this offense because he's an explosive player and give him more time, give him more reps. I think he'll set the world on fire.
Absolutely.
So and AB, he had 6 receptions for 50 yards, but he did have a very big touchdown in the second quarter. So not real. I mean, he got what he wanted. The yardage, not so much, but it's not like it was last week where he was crying on the sideline, crying and yelling at the offensive coordinators over some stupid bullshit and worrying about his numbers because he was all smiles.
Yeah,
so I guess what he said about them losing and that we suck and that he wants to win was true because he didn't cry whatsoever. He didn't complain or anything about his numbers.
Yeah, the guy just wants to go out there and play football and win. He's a very competitive guy. As should probably every football player should be.
Yeah, and that's what we got. So maybe AB was right all along. I don't know. I mean, I'm not really worried about the situation anymore. AB is AB, and but I do hope that Ben and AB do get
they make some great connections like they usually do.
Right, because they're not
coming into the regular season.
Right, because they're not doing it yet. I mean, they're hitting them, but not like the big splash plays that we expect.
Yeah.
So hopefully they do that. But at the same time, because of that gives a guy like Juju Smith-Schuster,
who in himself is already looking like he's going to have a great year.
He is set for a big year.
He had 9 catches for 116 yards. If you count last year in the Jags game, that's 4 straight 100-yard plus receiving yard games.
That is fucking crazy. He is set for a big year. He is going to have a big year. He's going to go off this year, and there's no signs of him stopping.
Seriously.
Juju is going to have a monster year.
If he continues this, he could very well go to the fucking Pro Bowl.
Yeah, he could. Juju,
he could have a Pro Bowl. He could actually lead the freaking Steelers in receiving yards right now.
Because he does at the moment, so he could at the end of the season. Who knows? But
Juju is a fucking beast.
He is. Juju is set for a big year, and I'm excited to see what he does the rest of the season.
He's showing no signs of stopping either.
Dude.
Just like you said.
It's incredible, man. Juju. This is his second year. Second year in the NFL.
He's already making plays like these.
This is insane.
These are Julio stats
Juju
right here.
Seriously, Juju is the fucking GOAT. Juju is set for a big year, man. I'm excited to see what he can do for the rest of the year.
Seriously.
He's going to go off, man.
Seriously. And Washington got involved more, and he actually caught 2 big contested passes right here.
Yeah, so
which were very needed.
Right. It was good to see him get more involved. Hopefully we do that as we go through the season, as well as Ryan Switch, because he got his first career receiving touchdown as well, and I'm glad that we're using him a little more because he's an effective return man, but he's very versatile in his own right, and I like how we're using him in the offense. Hopefully we see more of that.
Definitely.
Because he's an explosive player himself. So
yeah.
I like how we're spreading the ball around, including spreading the ball around. Let's talk about the highlight of the game.
And the surprise player of the game right now, that's Vance McDonald. He fucking showed up, and especially when he fucking stiff-armed the fuck out of Chris Conte, or whatever the hell you pronounce his last name.
Chris
Conte,
dude,
I think it is.
He fucking sent him back to school and stole his fucking lunch money with that stiff arm, dude.
He sent him to early fucking retirement.
He might have. He sent him in retirement with Vontae Davis.
Dude, he stiffed armed
He's in the retirement line. He's in the retirement line with Vontae Davis.
Like, good God, fucking Vance McDonald showed up today.
And I like it, man. I like how we're spreading the offense and how receivers are stepping up. Guys like Washington and Switzer and McDonald, I like it.
Exactly.
And hopefully it continues, man. I love the players stepping up. And Vince McDonald, he had a great game. Over 100 yards and a touchdown.
Exactly. It's incredible.
Crazy, man. And that stiff arm is the highlight of the game. Probably highlight of the week.
Definitely. And that's 2 straight weeks with our tight ends having to step up.
Yeah, it is. 2 straight. Because Jesse James had a career game last week. And then this week, you have Vance McDonald completely force Chris Conte into retirement. So I'm loving our tight end stepping up. It seems to be our weak point of our offense at the moment. And
as of right now, and I'm hoping this continues. I'm hoping this is the one thing that's actually consistent, and that's them stepping up.
Exactly.
That's them getting open.
Totally. And I hope so. This needs to continue.
Seriously.
It makes our offense so much stronger, man, and it helps Ben overall.
It does.
So, but other than that, there's not really much we can talk about except what the fuck is wrong with Boswell?
Seriously, what the fuck is up with Chris Boswell lately? It's like, this is not Chris Boswell. Is Blair Walsh in disguise with Chris Boswell? Is he trying to get a job with the NFL? Is he trying to get a job with the team? Or is Josh Scobie trying to come out of retirement? I can't tell the difference.
I don't know.
I do not know what the hell is up with Boswell. But he's got to get it. Just like Artie Burns, you got to get his shit together.
Yeah, he does. But I don't know what is wrong with Boswell. He needs to get his fucking head straight. I don't know what's wrong with him. He made only one field goal. He's only made one field goal this year, and that was tonight. This is week 3. He's 1 of 4, 1 of 5 in field goals. And he's missed 3 extra points. What the fuck?
Yeah, you look how Chris Boswell did last year. He was one of the best kickers in the league. Look at this year. He's right now one of the worst. I don't care if it's early. This is not how a kicker should be playing.
Definitely. And someone like Boswell, like ever since he got that deserving contract, he has been undeserving of that contract. Like,
he's literally been shit. He's literally our third killer B since we don't have Brian anymore. He's literally our third killer B. No, fourth. My bad. Why did I say? Yeah, it's Ben Brown belt. Jesus Christ! This freaking game is just freaking bizarre. But Boswell's,
Plus, it's midnight right now, so.
Exactly, but he's our 4th killer B. Right now, he doesn't look like it.
Well, he's gonna be the 3rd killer B when Bell leaves, so I guess you're right.
Yeah, true.
As long as he steps the fuck up, because I don't know what's wrong with him at the moment. He's about to lose that killer B tag.
Seriously. Like, Boswell's got to step up. He's got to get his shit together.
Seriously. I mean, I don't want to sound like a fucking child here, but remember that episode of SpongeBob where...
You mentioned SpongeBob here?
Yeah, when Mrs. Puff takes off that good noodle star and SpongeBob keeps freaking out. We're about to do that with fucking Chris Boswell and the killer B tag. Step the fuck up!
Seriously, though. I actually have to agree with you. Like, Jesus Christ. Boswell...
This is crazy,
like,
man.
When it comes down to it, it's going to be a game-winning field goal. At this point, I really don't trust Boswell right now.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. Boswell's got to step up.
They do. Well, he does. And this entire team does. Because, I mean, we had a great performance in the first half, but we were very conservative in the second. And honestly, I can't say I'm surprised.
Seriously.
I sensed something.
We got to stop being conservative. We definitely do.
We do. This is pathetic. We can't be doing this. We can't be being so conservative and being so comfortable where we're at. Jam the fucking foot down the throat.
Seriously.
Stop taking the foot off the pedal.
No fucks given.
We should have been blowing these motherfuckers out.
Seriously.
I give all the credit in the world to the Bucs because they are legit. They are. They stepped up when it mattered the most, but just not enough. Yeah. And I got to give credit to the defense for doing that. But
exactly. But the Bucs are looking very promising. You know, I definitely, do this for the Bucs.
Totally. And if I had a hat, I would do the same. So I'll just do the motion, I guess. I don't know. So, but in my opinion, a very ugly and sloppy win. I mean, I'm glad we got our first win, and it's good that we're out of that winless category, and we got a win to keep up with the Ravens. So we build off of that next week. But we just got to do much better than what we did. And going at home against a division rival in prime time, I want to say I'm confident, but you really don't know what you're going to get with this team. Right. Especially with this defense. You don't know what you're going to get. You don't know if you're going to get the actual Steelers defense or if you're going to get the fucking the trash. Seriously. Of the team. Like you never know with this team and this defense. So, there's obviously still issues we have to fix, but hopefully, and with a short week, we have to fix those. Because against, in my opinion, a hot Ravens team right now, it's not going to be easy. And against the Ravens, it's never easy.
No, so of course.
We just honestly, we just have to build off of this and just game plan much better. We had a great game plan in the second half, and we just stepped away from it. We can't do that.
For real.
We have to be better. We have to be. We have to stop being conservative, and we just have to keep the foot on the pedal.
And we got to be more consistent.
Yes, we do. So, ugly win, but I'm glad we got the win. It's good to get a win. It's good to get out of that winless category, and let's just build off of that and go to the let's go to Pittsburgh against Baltimore next week. Division rival, AFC North rivalry. Probably still one of the best rivalries in this league.
Sunday Night Football is going to be exciting. It's going to be brutal. It's going to be physical.
It's going to be fun. I can't wait. But let's build off of this win, and let's upgrade, and let's do much better next week.
Exactly. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you later.
Peace!